Hi guys, I'm Maisie and I'm hanging out with Rob on Front Row Live.
Super excited because I recently found out about you through Chloe Moriondo's single "Not Okay," which you featured
Oh
on,
my
and
gosh.
that was my introduction to your music. And I remember going into your
Wow.
Spotify and listening to your stuff, and I was like, I love how different your sound is.
Oh, I
And
appreciate that.
I before we do jump in and talk about your sound, I want to talk about this collaboration with Chloe. And first of all, how did it kind of come about that the two of you got to collaborate on this song?
So we've been, first of all, thank you so much for having me. And second of all, we like had been mutual, I feel like mutual fans of each other. And like, just like like Chloe's amazing. She's unreal. And Ely and I had started Not Okay, like this last summer. And we were just sort of like, I don't know, like it's like missing something a little bit. And then we like got placed on a Zoom call together just to like introduce ourselves and like be like, hey, I'm Maisie, I'm Chloe. And then we just really hit it off. And then we were like, what if we worked on a song together? That would be crazy. And then we like showed her Not Okay. And I feel like she like made the song so complete and just like it's her, you know what I mean? I feel like it's like so her in that song. And I had never been able to like, I've never collaborated with another artist like that. And she's just like kind of the best of the best. So
Wait, so was this your song and then it turned out to be hers? Is that
it wasn't my song. It was just sort of like an idea we had started, and because you sit on so many ideas, like you just when you're working on music, and it was sort of like it really resonated with her, and then we finished the song together, and it was like so awesome, and she just like she made it complete.
that's cool. Like I love the way that both your voices kind of marinated together.
Yes.
And I feel like, Chloe being also an artist that's starting to rise, and you doing the same thing, I felt like it was like the perfect time to kind of collaborate and release the song that you did.
That would
Now,
be
for this
great.
song in particular, Not Okay, like what does this song mean for you personally?
I think it is like a really good time capsule of what we've been going through for like the last 2 years collectively. It just is sort of like I feel like baseline everyone is kind of operating at not okay right now, and that's okay because it's kind of normal. So that's what it definitely meant for me, which is just sort of like it's okay to not be okay.
Now, as we dive into your debut EP, the Rainbow Cassette, like you've gone through so much. I mean, we've all gone through so much during this past year and a half, almost 2 years.
Yeah.
So, as an artist, being able to continue to create music, continue to be inspired, let alone release your debut EP, like how much of a challenge did you face during this whole process?
It was so challenging, but for like very weird reasons. Like, while I was dropping like my first EP, my record label was starting at the same time. So like Ely like runs and my roommate co-runs and Ely's manager co-runs the record label. It's a really small team. So it's like when your label is starting at the exact same time that you are, that's a mind altering experience. So there were so many like things that we were all learning so quickly about the music industry and about this process in general. But like that, like even not even a struggle because it was with my friends. So I felt like I had purpose in a time when I probably wouldn't have had purpose. Like I was in school, I didn't know what I was doing, like I didn't know where music was going in my life. And then it was like, boom, we have the time, let's just run it. Like, let's see what happens.
That's a lot to do,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
still be able to deliver such a masterpiece like you have. And the fact that you did mention Ely is pretty much the label and also your
Yeah.
producer, like how did you find that time to create these 8 tracks together and not only start them but actually finalize them and release them?
It was insane. Like, so before we moved out to LA together, like last September, I was living in Philly and Ely was living in Baltimore. Cass, my roommate, who I'm going to reference a bunch too, was living in New Jersey. And so I would work, I was a nanny, and I would work 5 days a week. And then on the weekends, Cass would drive from New Jersey to Philly and then pick me up, drive me to Baltimore. I would work in the studio with Ely. So we would either like be sessioning on those weekends, or if we had a song, we would be like, okay, maybe we should work out a music video. And the first music video we did was for I Think I Want to Be Alone. And that was literally a weekend of us locking ourselves in Ely's basement, figuring out how to make a music video. So it was just like making a lot of use of the limited time we had and like being as creative as possible.
Damn. And I'm over
It was
here
insane.
complaining that I don't have enough time. Like I feel like I feel like I'm not making good use of my time now.
You definitely are. You definitely are.
Damn. So okay, so these 8 tracks, like did you have, as I mentioned earlier, it's your sound is different from anything else that's out there. And so is that something that you already had in mind as you were working on this EP, or is that sound something that kind of evolved as you were starting to record these tracks?
It was a combination of both for sure, but like by the time we had made No Friends, we were like, okay, this is definitely it. This is what we're going for. And I knew like very well like what I wanted to be as an artist and how I wanted to come across as an artist with my visuals and like the things I had to say. So like we were definitely figuring that out as we were tracking the songs, but like we made like just to give you a timeline, we did No Friends and then we made I Think I Want to Be Alone in a weekend. And then literally a weekend later, we made the intro to the EP and we were just sort of like, ooh, I think that's going to be the intro to the EP. Like, I think this is what we're going for. So, like, a year and a half before the EP was delivered, we had already known, like, what we were trying to go for, which was kind of sick.
That's really cool. Now, as far as like the sounds go with this EP, like I feel like it wasn't a conventional way of recording. I feel like you guys created
Yeah,
stuff
no.
from scratch. I feel like you found like,
Yes.
oh, let's use this coin or let's use this paper.
Yeah.
Like, how did you go about as far as creating these sounds, and what was the most like, I don't know, like the most insane way of creating the sounds that we hear on this record?
I think, well, huge credit to Ely there. I mean, as my producer, I feel like he delivered like up and beyond in terms of like being creative and really going out of his way to like finesse like that kind of sound that you hear on the project. But yeah, like I don't know, it was so much trial and error. Like he would just like be like, I have an idea for a beat, and we would be like, all right, it's kind of weird. I think we should go for it. And then that's pretty much how the entire project was made. Hopefully that makes sense.
Were there I mean, did you guys even use any instruments like?
Oh my god, yeah. So like most of like the instrumentation, I'm like I have a keyboard underneath me, so that's why I'm like doing this. Most of it was like from Ely's Nord. He like gets a lot of like the sounds for like strings or keys or whatever from the Nord itself. And then he's an amazing guitar player, so he tracks like guitar as well. And then like he just has like a very good grip on like samples that we should be using for my project, and he definitely does like a lot of good what is it just like collecting samples for my project for us to use. So yeah.
Being that you are a new artist, and this is your debut, and all that was going on with the label and kind of starting everything from scratch and moving, you decided to try something different with the sound. Like, I'm sure that was scary at the same time, but why did you believe in this sound so much, and how did you know that this was your sound?
I think, well, it feels like that's so me. Like the music is very authentically me, the visuals are very authentically me. So it feels really natural, honestly, to put out an EP that sounds like this because it feels like the inside of my brain. But we like wanted to put out a project that was so blatantly weird because it's like when you're a first artist, I feel like today especially everyone's attention span is so quick. So like in order to really make a splash, like you have to be so intentional and just have so much intent in every single release that you're rolling out, because it's really easy for people to just look away as soon as you've put something out. And I feel like if you're going to be an artist, like I don't know, do something that you haven't heard before or try to do that and see where you land, because that to me feels kind of like the point of artistry in general.
Do you feel like these sounds like inspired or impacted your songwriting and your vocals in any way?
1,000%. The vocal part of it was actually very interesting. So like I like am a classical vocalist, so I have like such a different tone in my voice. And so in this last year of recording, I've like altered my voice and how I deliver like while I'm recording. So it was cool. It was so much experimentation and just like figuring out like exactly what that mazy sound is in the studio.
What would you say was like the biggest challenge, whether it was writing process, vocals, the production?
I think it was like honestly the branding, like how to like in social media. Like that's such a key piece to being an artist today. And social media was definitely like a huge struggle. And I still struggle with like being consistent on TikTok and everything like that and being able to like be like, hey, this is me and this is what I'm doing. That's still kind of hard for me.
Now, I love the aesthetics of listening to your music, seeing your social media, but also watching these videos. Right now, Dum Dum is the video that most recently came out, and just seeing these kinds of visuals, like if I when I just listened to your music for the first time, I pictured all of these random colors and kaleidoscope and this and that, like, and then I see the video and it's like exactly what I had in mind.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, like for you, like you said earlier, this is pretty much how your brain works. So, is this literally like everything that you had in mind as you were writing the music?
Exact, like it's exact, which is really, really sick. And like, we didn't have a big budget, obviously, the whole part about your label starting at the same time you are. So we were like making sets out of cardboard and just painting cardboard for like days on end and like putting together these very, very DIY sets. And it just like, I don't know, being able to be that hands-on with your visuals, I think it makes it even more authentic. So to me, it's a relief that you feel that way about my visuals, because that's how I feel. Like, I feel like they go really, really well together with the music and the videos. But yeah, it was such like, we just talked so extensively about like, how do we really execute these visuals on such a low budget?
I'm also curious because of those visuals. Like, I'm curious what that songwriting process is like for you. Like, are these words that just literally flow out of you, or are you constantly trying to figure out or research or read or like find new ways to kind of be creative with your songwriting?
It's like a mixed bag of things once we get into the studio. Like there will be days, so I'm also very fortunate that I have like a collaborative partner like Ely. So like we talk so much about the writing and everything that we're like saying in the lyrics, in addition to what the music itself sounds like. But with the lyrics, it's like, yes, sometimes it is just like a weird idea. Like with Sippy Cup and with Dum Dum and I Think I Want to Be Alone, those were very much like representative of like conversations we were having in the studio. And then like sometimes other songs, it just, I don't know, songwriting's so weird. We don't have an exact method, I think is what I'm trying to say.
You're getting ready to go on tour supporting Coin, and you also have a major festival happening. So, like as I mentioned, I listen to your music and I have these vibes and these ideas in my head. I watched the video and those vibes and ideas are fully executed. What can we expect for these live shows?
Oh my God, so much hype. Like I am doing so much cardio right now. It's really hard to jump around and sing. Okay. Like Beyonce, like she makes it look easy. I don't understand how she does it. But yeah, I just want to bring a lot of energy to the stage because it's like weird, it's not your typical music to probably bop around to, but you can, and it's really fun. And so yeah, I think I'm just getting ready to have like so much fun on stage. Yeah.
Would you say that weird fashion is also going to play a role in this?
1,000%. I mean, that's like exclusively how I dress anyway. So yeah, I mean, like the most visual I can be, the better.
That's amazing. I can't wait to see this. I can't wait to see this. But I mean, this EP, like it's such an incredible EP, especially for being a debut.
Thank you.
And I feel like you're already ready for more new music if you haven't already recorded already. But like,
yes, it is ready to go. I like actually can't wait.
Well, let's give this some love first, because I feel like more people definitely need to listen to your music and get to know you. And I hope they get the same experience that I did. I mean, when I first went onto your Spotify, the fact that it was different and I don't even know how to explain it. Like, I don't want to say weird, but it's like, I mean, psychedelic, I guess.
But yeah, psychedelia is a huge part of it.
Yeah, so like the fact that I don't know, it just triggered something in me to just stay. And I feel that more people get to do that, just because I feel like everybody's so consumed with what they like and less about like testing new artists. So
wow,
yeah,
my face is getting so red. Thank you. It's so nice. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I'm excited. Well, thank you for taking the time to talk to me. I look forward to doing this again soon. And best of luck on tour.
Thank you. Have a great rest of your day.